Good afternoon. I'm Lisa, and I'm here to do a tarot reading for us here. Monday afternoon. That's not a song, but it is now. Golly. Yeah. You know, so many cards, so many choices. You know what? Let's go with the Gilded Tarot today by Ciro, Marchetti, Barbara Moore. Lot of fire in the sky. Uranus and Gemini are still conjunct. Ooh, the Tower. Card already coming out. Tower is illumination. This is Uranus and Gemini and Mercury conjunct in the sign of Gemini at the first degree. Mercury will continue to move away from that, but change is afoot. We're getting illuminated thoughts. I spoke with a friend this morning who had a very illuminating insight this morning. And yeah, this is divine timing. This is divinely sanctioned changes. Ooh, might be time to let stuff go. Which is very, and this is like the point has come where you're like, yeah, no, I think you kind of know this. I think this is not as surprising as the Tower card would typically indicate. It may be surprising on the level that it was just like, oh, now I see. But I think that the way that we're handling these moments is different, right? We're handling these moments as, ooh, well, that's some shit. And we kind of, but the reactionary stuff is not a necessarily huge part of the response, if at all. Major Arcana. Yeah, illumination. There's Venus is also at the 29th degree of Gemini, and Mars is at the 29th degree of Aries. So there might be some combustible things that are occurring today. But like we're making different choices. It's like, yeah, like I can't keep doing this balancing act while my house is blowing up. It's like I need to do something different. Like I'm fit and I can do stuff, but I don't need to be, you know what? I see this person as I don't need to keep performing when things are just not that great. Like I need to go and have fun somewhere else. Like I can't keep performing in this way. That's what I'm getting from that card. And so in the typical tarot, it's always a it's kind of a tower. It's a very stormy situation, but it's like something you can't ignore anymore. So I can keep doing backflips in this situation, or I can, but I also see that he's naked. Very vulnerable. My real self, the realness of this is so intense that I can't keep fooling myself anymore. Something is ending. I definitely feel very shaky. And I can't keep doing we can't keep doing things the way they've been doing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Typically like a Tower of Babel kind of thing. This is the Tower of Babel. And after the Israelites, oh my gosh, so many cards. Yeah. 9 of Wands. This is a very defensive energy. Defending our actions. 6 of Wands, but also victorious. And 6 is again the number of receiving. But some people might You know, this can also be, but I also noticed that this horse is in the very same um, stance, like motion that our horse in the Knight of Wands yesterday. So now instead of the Knight, we've got the 6. So but that horse is not proceeding at any kind of gallop. So we don't want to be going, yeah, justice. Justice is being served. The balance is being struck. Things are being justified. Not the Judgment card. This is justice. Justice is blind. So again, we're coming at this. We're like, I can handle the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning on the material plane. It's, you know, coming back to our own sense of self-worth and what we know we bring to it. There's a playful little like kind of mongoose there at the bottom. Is it fun? Am I in this? 6 of Pentacles, another 6. This is the card of, these are cards of receiving. This is definitely the cards of the haves and the have-nots, like an end with this balance. Things are coming into a balance, and there's your Judgment card. So it's time to wake up. Take things in. Be very careful with yourself. That's obvious this week. I'm going to pull a card from, I think this is all a reading for the week. I think this tone is definitely something that we can come back to as the week progresses to see how this kind of unfolds. We got a lot of cards today, and I didn't feel really compelled to put them back and ask spirits for only a couple cards. Notice I'm coming at this reading like a little later than I normally do. I've been up for hours. But I've just been kind of going with the flow. Again, trying to strike that balance about where my energy is being placed, how I'm utilizing it, what I really feel like doing. Yeah, again, what I really feel like doing. Not being defensive about it, but knowing that that wasn't going to happen this morning. What kind of value, you know what I mean? This has to be a value to me. There has to be, yeah, is it the right balance? Coming back to that sense of self, because if we don't know where our own coin is, on the physical, emotional, and mental plane, here's our card. Judgment card again. Ametrine. So this is a card, this is a stone that is a combination of amethyst and citrine. I'll read from the deck, and I'll also print it in our Judgment card, the 20th card in the deck. So 20 means protection of feelings and our emotional intelligence. So it actually brings in two zodiac signs, Cancer and Scorpio. Scorpio is a 0, Cancer is a 2. So Cancer is about using our emotional intelligence wisely and and to help guide our intuitive choices and feelings. But again, it's feelings, not facts. So it's, you know, we want to add that intelligence of like the opposite sign of Capricorn, the practicality of that to ground that. But then we have Scorpio, which is, you know, it's control. Scorpio is about control, boundaries, how we use that. Boundaries are movable. So using soft boundaries. So again, those two, you know, again, this is not like there's no knives going on here, as you can see. But we do want to protect our actions. Ametrine, with its gold and violet color, stimulates feeling and creative impulses which support mental and spiritual growth. Pent-up emotions and a stand-still thinking tire as gently resolved. So looking at things in a black and white way, again, that's never going to be, a good judgment is never going to come out of black and white thinking, but it will require coming back from things in order to assess the wider situation. Justice can't be served. The balance can't be served if we're, you know, again, black and white. There's shades of gray. The illumination. I love this deck because there's so much illumination. Let the illumination come in to help guide our emotions, our decisions, to help illuminate and bring in, to lift us up so that we can actually take more in than what we thought we could. And then from that standpoint, that more grounded standpoint in Capricorn, opposite sign of the opposite sign of Scorpio is Taurus. Again, 2 earth signs. So bring in, and the sun is in Taurus still. Right? It's at the 27th degree, which is a master degree of action coming from spirit. Combination 2 and 7. 7 is spirit. 2 is those feelings and emotional intelligence. So again, it tires, gently resolve. This might not be stuff that you were like confused about. Like, oh. Pent up emotions and those stand still, that black and white, polarized thinking, tire, gently resolved. The link with God becomes more apparent. Combining with Spirit. Holy Spirit. We are in the run-up Ascension Day. We had Ascension Sunday yesterday, but it's always 10 days from the Ascension, when the Pentecost, when Holy Spirit was given as a gift. And the Holy Spirit opened up the ears of so many people and helped us able to communicate better. The Holy Spirit is on the air that we breathe. All of us are breathing the same air. Let's remember that. As we treat ourselves gently, as of extraordinary value, we receive balance and love. I love you. This message will be out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This is a message for the collective. If you want your own private reading, just message me on any of those platforms and I'm happy to do something for you. Again, I think this is a great one for this week as we kind of work in this liminal space before Pentecost, but I think he's already here. Have a great day.